There is a light within each one of us, the beacon of moral rectitude and moral fortitude. During the good times, few people see this light, but in the bad times, many people realize they have always been surrounded by it. These life-altering insights reveal who we really are at our core. You are fundamentally made up of energy and awareness. This vitality shines outward as light. It is the intrinsic brilliance that makes you who you are. It takes us beyond the finite and temporary, into the boundless and everlasting. Each person on earth have the capacity to alter their world and themselves, and awakening this latent potential begins with recognizing this link. When we take a step back and take in the world as it is, when we see ourselves essentially as material objects in the world, only then can we begin to grasp the full extent of our outside power. On the other hand, when we introspect thoroughly, when we dive into the inner realms of our awareness and identify our deeper nature, our inner strength, sometimes referred to as the light of consciousness, becomes visible. Sound is the dance of power, while quiet is the melody of power. Human beings gave sound its existence. Living a life of stillness allows the divinity inside us to emerge. The force from without is a song of the imagination, a dance of seduction, and a final breath of frustration. Focus, meditation, and introspection are all outward manifestations of a potent inner life. Focusing on one thing at a time helps us face life's difficulties with composure, while meditation clears the fog and sheds light on them. The contemplative mind cleverly reframes life's difficulties as chances to grow, our own personal pilot within. Your unique attributes that make your light shine will become more apparent as you learn more about yourself. The way you shine is as one of a kind as your fingerprint. It symbolizes your identity and should be embraced as such. Your successes and failures, as well as everything in between, have molded it. The spark of brilliance within you is dynamic. It's a driving force that determines how you go about living your life. Intuition is the language it uses to speak to you, guiding you toward your life's real calling. Follow your heart's desire, and your intuition will lead you in the way that is right for your soul. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Be completely and utterly self-loving. Realizing that loving oneself unconditionally is the key to realizing this light's greatest potential. The illumination of awareness is this light. It's the point at which you stop thinking, yet are still fully awake. There is a wide sphere of awareness outside the limits of our mental processes. Before thoughts materialize, there is an awareness, a world of consciousness that glows brightly. This luminous awareness is integral to the very process of thinking. Instead, ideas are only shapes that mind assumes. Realizing you are this light is a profound and life-changing epiphany. It's the unwavering conviction you have that you have consciousness. This awareness, which is the unchanging core of your being, is not something that can be found somewhere else. Neither can you become the observer of your own awareness, nor can you locate it. Due to its nature as the everlasting subject, awareness can never become the observed. You may learn a lot about yourself by investigating your ego, conditioned self-persona, past, and mental framework, yet your true nature will always elude you. It can't be separated from the ethereal, referred to as God or the origin. Often, this holy energy extends through you, in a manner like to that of a beam of sunshine. You have a direct line to the origin, a complicated web of interdependence, and yet a distinct identity. Your inner light is like the sun hidden behind clouds. It never goes out. It keeps shining, even on cloudy, difficult days. It never really disappears. We always have this kind of similarity. Our inner light shines brightly and never goes out. It keeps going, always locating its way out of the shadows. The sun and the moon have represented different elements of the human experience in different societies throughout history. The sun has been a symbol of life, vigor, and enlightenment in a wide variety of cultures. The ancient Egyptians are a good example since they worshipped the sun, God Ra. Ra was viewed as the creator of all things, the bringer of light and the giver of celestial wisdom. The sun's daily rise and fall reflected the cyclical nature of life and death, reiterating the theme of rebirth and regeneration. On the other hand, many ancient societies equated the moon with the mysterious and sentimental sides of human nature. The Hindu moon god Chandra represents the subconscious and emotional life. The full moon was seen as a period of heightened emotion and introspection, when emotions and hidden elements of the self rose to the surface, while the declining moon was supposed to impact human conduct. The sun and the moon represented the yin and yang of life in many ancient societies. The sun symbolizes clarity and consciousness, while the moon personified the depths of the subconscious, emotions, and intuition. They worked in tandem to create a beautiful symbol of the human condition, one that serves as a reminder that we need both the bright and the dark, the lucid and the obscure, as we make our way through life. Not visible to the human eye, this inner glow makes itself known via the genuineness of a smile, the thoughtfulness of a deed, and the generosity of our hearts. It's a beacon that's at its brightest when we're being authentic and following our hearts. This innate brilliance, however, is often masked by the uncertainties and fears that plague us. When we give in to the negativity and comparisons of others, we lose sight of our own inherent greatness. We look outside of ourselves for affirmation because we think that's where our true value lies, instead of accepting that it is a fundamental aspect of who we are. Everyone, no matter their socioeconomic status, experiences the darkness of life. At some point in everyone's lives, the darker sides of life become more apparent. But the aim of this gloom is to shed light on the meaning of existence. You learn that there's more to life than just existing via this experience. When you have this epiphany, you'll feel a surge of power that will help you overcome the darkness. Your viewpoint alters, and you discover renewed hope throughout life's worst circumstances. Find your way back to the light inside. Always keep in mind that everything that happens is for a reason. Keep believing, for the darkness outside of you can never extinguish the light within you. The strength of this light is in the insight it offers to the individual. A man's true state is shown when he steps into this light. If you don't let them, no one can dampen the light that's already within you. Light has the inherent power to find its way through the darkness and shed light on every route it encounters. If we see ourselves as emanations of light, then it stands to reason that we have the ability to navigate our environment. In times of decision and choice, our inner light shines brightly as a beacon to help us find and follow our path. When faced with a choice, our inner light acts like a street lighting, illuminating the intersection so that we may take a moment to consider our alternatives. Our brightest, most God-centered radiance looks like a wide spotlight. It always clarifies the big picture, knowing what to expect and how to avoid or go around obstacles. Light itself is emotionless. It does not take sides and is objective. It casts its light on our feelings, without weighing in on whether or not our actions are appropriate. It's meant to shed light, so that we may see things more clearly and make better choices for ourselves. Compassion, acceptance, and care for oneself are prerequisites to nurturing one's inner light. In other words, you should give due regard to your hopes and wishes, no matter how large or modest they may be. Accepting your flaws and growing from your experiences are essential components. It means sticking to your values no matter how difficult they may be. Your brilliance personifies your authority, and the light that shines from within you is what gives this strength its momentum. Realization that you can alter the brightness of your own inner light, like turning a dimmer switch, is the first step toward waking. The fire within us is eternal. Your spirit will continue to shine brilliantly even when this earthly existence ends. Light was our origin. We carry on as beacons of hope. To shine a light on the world, we must. The light is mutual. When we make that link, we're able to tap into the original. Through light, we inspire the world with light, the energy of light, right when our vitality is at its peak.